everyone. You are welcome to this episode of Sister Sister right here on Channel 1 TV. And if you are listening, it's 97.3 City FM, the best radio station in the world. Yes, I said so. Anyway, this is Sister Sister, the only relationship show on air that allows you to send in those letters for us to go through and help you navigate the problems that you're going through in your relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering how to send in the letters, send it via sistersisterislive@gmail.com. Or if you prefer WhatsApp, send it via the number 020-344-7033, 020-344-7033. And if you are watching from outside Ghana, you can just add the country code +233, and then, of course, take off the first zero of the number and then send in the letters. We will get to read it on this show. Now, a very big thank you to Gino for holding us down, and of course, they are our sponsors for, you know, the whole show. So thank you so much, Gino, for holding us down. My name is Kata. Now I will be introducing the sisters. But before I do so, let's take a quick breather, and we'll be right back.
Life is a celebration of moments, big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. It's still Sister Sister right here on Channel 1 TV, and if you're listening, it's City 97.3 FM. All right, so I'm going to be introducing the sisters. Ladies and gentlemen, drum rolls. Time for you to meet the sisters of Sister Sister. All right, starting from my left. Oh, Dr. Ethel, how are you?
I'm doing great, Grace.
All right, so
Nice
Dr.
to be here.
Ethel Yerabo Anotinkrine is actually a lecturer at GCTU and a founder of EHEP Foundation. Hi, Doc.
Hi.
Whew. Really, you look nice today. What's
you.
the occasion?
Sister.
Ah, really?
Yeah, doing it for sisters.
Keep slaying, keep
You
slaying.
know. And I love that one too. That blue
Thank
is
you.
sticking out.
Yeah, the slay queens are in the building.
You know.
These are not just the ordinary slay queens. The slay with the brains,
You know.
and slay with the looks.
Yeah.
Right. So you are welcome.
Thank you so much. Always good to be
Sicho,
here.
golden
darling.
girl Sicho. That's why I call you Sweet 16. Today a golden girl because of your, your look. Golden girl, how are you?
I'm good, Grace. Yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. How's everything?
Not bad.
Not bad. I like when you smile. Can you give us that smile again? All right, Rosie. Hi. Today it's different. Rosie, you're far away from me. Rosie, you're so far away from me. You're usually just here, and when I just
I hear we've been up to so much mischief when we are here, so they have to separate us for a bit.
Magdalene, our producer. I don't know why you had to do this for a year. She's far away from me, and I miss her. Rosie, how are you? How's everything?
I'm fantastic. I'm great.
Yeah, still in the Reds.
Yes.
Guys, if you're watching us and you're ever wondering, what can I give any of the sisters? It might be difficult to decipher what we like. Okay, me and teacher like the good things like money and stuff like that. But Rosie, anything red. Anything red just
including
goes.
a band of 200 CD notes.
Oh,
There's
that's
also
red.
red.
That's red. That's red. Right. So now you get it. Rosie loves red. Anyway, are we ready for today's episode?
Yeah, we are.
We have some interesting letters that have come in, and obviously want to say a very big thank you to each and everyone sending in their letters, because it's not easy sending in your predicaments, your problems, and whatever you're going through, to a TV show for the public to know. But then again, you have, so thank you. So let's get straight into it. This is a very interesting start. She is abusive. I know she is, but she's all I want. Hey, love is indeed blind. My girlfriend of 2 years has been abusing me in every way you can imagine, but I can't let her go. I want her, and I'm even planning to make her my wife. A whole big man like me has been subjected to emotional, physical, and financial abuse. My girl calls me only when she feels like, picks up my calls when it's convenient for her, and even slapped me once because she was frustrated during an argument over how she uses my credit card. I met this lady at a business conference, and the moment she walked past me, she caught my attention. Since that day, she's been the only woman I can see myself with. I've told my parents about her, and I'm even planning to go meet hers. But I'm afraid this abuse will only get worse if we end up together. She's a Christian, so I expected better from her. I've tried talking to her about how she treats me, but her response is always, men don't like to be treated softly. She believes if she softens up, I'll take her for granted. But I'm not that kind of man, and I don't know how else to prove it to her. I want my babies to look like this beautiful woman. Her body blows my mind. Ladies, what do I do about your fellow sister? I'm ready to put a ring on it, but I'm not sure I can live with this kind of abuse for the rest of my life. See, this man's problem is plenty. Okay. All right, Sicho, that smile is inviting. Hi, Sicho.
I don't know why.
Can we go straight into this?
I don't know why for the first time I'm happy to hear someone's story. It's a very interesting one. For the first time, a man is
feeling the abuse.
But I think he will live. There are so many women who have endured this in the hands of other men. And honestly, it's a fair deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think, there's a saying that women marry men hoping they will change.
Yeah.
And men marry women hoping they won't change.
Oh, yeah.
But the opposite is what happens, in that a woman will change. And a man won't change.
Right.
Whoever you marry as a man is what you end up having, or even worse. They never change for the better.
Right.
But women either change for the better or for the worse.
Yeah.
In most cases for the worse. But in this instance, I honestly think there is no problem. He's the one in love with this lady. And so...
Are you being sarcastic?
No, that's my submission. He's the one in love with this lady. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You're such a sadist.
I like it. I'm very happy. And the woman is actually very right about that point. Men don't like women who are too soft. It's just the fact. And sometimes it's like they don't
like the good girls.
Yes, men don't like good girls. And sometimes the fact that the girl is a bit
yeah
is what is, alluring to him.
Are you?
I think it depends.
Okay.
It comes. It's like a switch. It comes on when needed.
Ooh, spicy.
Yes. And I honestly think that's what this man likes. There was a movie I watched some years back. Is there something holiday? I don't remember at this point. But there was one couple who like to fight,
Quite a lot, yes.
And I think for some people, that's what keeps the relationship going. All that,
the spice.
We fight a bit, we get back together and all that. Some men actually like that. And I think for the fact that he loves this girl and even wants his children to look like this girl, there is so many factors working in his favor. And the abuse shouldn't be something, it wouldn't be something he can't live with. He can live very well with it, and I think he should go all in for it. What's wrong with one man making a mistake? Nothing. Sometimes the men have to make mistakes too. Thank you.
Cheers. All right, Doc, what are your thoughts? What would you have told your TikTok group or your TikTok fans when it comes to issues like this?
I would say, my fellow sister, I think she's disappointed me. I would have wished she would be better. But I think that I should thank this man who has come out to even talk about this abuse thing. I think it's something that we don't talk about. I am concerned about men abuse also, even though we are the ones down there. So I thank you for coming up to even talk about this. Men are supposed to be strong and all. So I would, move away a bit from Citro's position. I think that my man, I hear him say that, he wants this woman and all of that. How about whether she wants him? I think it takes two to tango. It takes two to make a marriage work and a relationship a nice one. Does she want you as much as you want her?
But he's going to see her parents.
Yes,
So
he's gone to that extent. Of course, she wants something. She has an interest. But I am saying the way he even expresses all of that likeness and wanting and the passion, does she have that? If not, it would be, it's looking like a one-way thing. And, talking about the fact that you're just looking at the fact that she's so beautiful, she has all these features. It's wonderful. It's a good thing. And I think that every man, because men move by their sight and all, but to the extent that there is abuse, okay, she is slapping you, disrespecting you in public and all of that, and you still want to put a ring on that. If it's my brother, I would do what I can to resist that, because
Why?
I don't think that this woman is going to give you the peace that you need. She's going to, and he's talking about the fact that, the children looking like her, fantastic, but how about they looking up to her in terms of how she's going to influence the way they are going to grow up, and the fact that they're going to be in this abusive, watching this whole abusive scenario at home. Is it going to make them, what influence is it going to have on them? Is he thinking about that? I am worried. I think that he's going to create, another set of this kind of a woman. I don't think that anybody should abuse the other in any man or woman. If we as women...
Do you think abuse is transferred?
I don't understand.
Genetically?
No, I think that...
No, but when you live in an environment
where there is abuse,
you pick it
and
up some way, somehow.
Sometimes you don't even like it, but unconsciously you
because
become
you've seen
that.
it, yeah.
Yes, because it is what you see. It is not what you think is the good thing. Children especially pick what they see, what is modeled in front of them. So for me, the fact that these children would see their father go through disrespect and abuse, I won't want it for me as a woman or for my daughters.
Right.
I won't want it for my son or my brothers.
But do you believe that men do not like good girls or soft girls?
Not entirely. I think that, for me, I see men, they will want to have the fun with this woman who is all out and everything. They want to come home to peace. They want to come, and so for who to keep, they might not. And if they make the mistake to bring her home, that's where they find themselves being in the bars with friends and staying all night and, I mean, having trips and just to avoid coming home.
Right.
So if I were him, I would stop looking too much at the backside and front sides and all of that. You can, I think it's possible to find a woman who is so attractive and still would give you some amount of peace.
Right. Rosie, thoughts?
I'm in between, but more towards Sicho. For the
Right.
first time, I mean, I'm sure to surprise a lot of our listeners who know my position on a lot of things, except for the slapping bit, which I think is a physical abuse.
Extreme.
But even then, I didn't think it was done in public. But at the same time, I think the physical abuse for me is a no-no. However, he is enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
men
is
like that.
enjoying it. You know, our love languages are different.
Yeah.
You see, you are dating.
There's no enjoying slapping love
No.
language.
They're actually
You'd be
people
amazed.
who enjoy, those who are into BDSM and who are into all of these things.
Right.
Sometimes
Men
they
who
enjoy
enjoy
that.
the
And you know
beatings.
what? Like I keep saying that, look, men are hunters. They want the struggle. They want because in my life, the men that I have kowtowed for, done everything for by the book, you realize that they take you for granted. Yes, they might marry you, but they will not give you what is due you. You understand? And then you meet some guy with some girl who is misbehaving, and the guy cannot even, the guy
Nobody
worships,
understands
the,
what
the
he
guy,
sees.
The guy worships the very earth she walks on.
Right.
You don't get it. This lady is forward. This lady speaks her mind anywhere and tells it as it is. Look, that credit card, you gave it to her, Abi.
Yeah.
Right.
So you give her a credit card and she's using it. What is abuse in there? He is getting satisfaction because he can sit somewhere and say that my girl, they use my credit card.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's not the whole emotional something, and he uses the word, I love her.
Yeah.
You see, men do not loosely use that term.
Yeah.
A man would only say, I love you, especially to a third party, would report to a third party that they love a particular girl if they really mean it. It's not something that comes easily. All that package, all that not knowing what she's going to do next, whether she's going to scream, whether she's going to shout, whether she's going to let it go, whether she's going to throw a tantrum, and all of that works to make him feel like a man. This is a typical damsel in distress syndrome, because the girl told the man himself that, look, listen, men don't like good women or calm women. It's possible that from her previous relationship...
Men don't like to be treated softly.
Yeah. So it's possible that from her previous relationship, this Debbie, let me help you achieve. Or maybe I have a car, you don't have a car. Oh, let me give you my car to drive. Or maybe you don't have money. Oh, I have some money in the bank. Let me empty my bank account and give to you.
Yeah, maybe she's done that.
She's done that.
She's been there and done that.
She's been there and done that. And the man will run off with an intellectual who knows her left from her right, who knows her rights and what she's entitled to and what she's not entitled to, and they are making it. So she's also learned. So all I'm trying to say is that even the way this man, you see, right now, I try and pick from not right and wrong, because when it comes to relationships, we don't have right and wrong.
Exactly.
It's all dependent
It's so complex.
It's all dependent on the
Who you are
people
dealing
in
with.
the relationship.
Yeah.
So I try and pick vibes from the one sending the message. His description of the girl, his admittance of love for this woman, and all of that points to the fact that there's a part of him that is enjoying this.
Yeah.
But maybe he can't admit it to someone that he's enjoying it. He's writing to us to let us know whether there's a problem with it. My only problem is that for the physical bit, I don't like it, because like Ethel said, once the physical bit starts and it gets escalated, then it means that if you're not careful, your children might also pick it up. And they may think it's a default position. But in terms of using your credit card, your kids don't know that your wife is using your credit card. You know, some of those ones that you're excited about, it doesn't know. So for me, personally, I don't think there's a big deal. And something that I said before in one of the previous episodes was that normally, and I'm saying normally as in widely, when women finally get pregnant, when you finally put a ring on it, they transpose from the girlfriend position stroke attitude to a wife disposition. So when you have a girlfriend who is always like, let's go out and let's go, let's travel, let's do this, you realize that once they become a wife, they are more
behave
particular,
differently.
they are more financially prudent because now they know that it's our family. We need to protect our finances.
Yeah.
Now, once she's gotten it, it's most likely that her harsh stance will be softened. You understand? Most likely it will be softened because now you've actually laid claim on her, you've actually married her, and you've done the right thing. So there's nothing to compete or harass you over.
But don't you think this will continue?
No, that's what I'm saying, that normally, you see, when it comes to men, right? Men is during the chase that they are best because they want to get you. You understand? But as soon as they get you and they marry you, they've done the needful. So they can do whatever they want to do. And normally, their love for you tends to decrease after marriage. But for women, because you don't know where the man's head is at, you don't know what he plans, whether he's going to marry you, whether he wants you, and we're in a space where you cannot determine, for instance, when a man marries you, or when he wants to settle down, or if he even wants to settle down. No normal normal lady gets into a relationship. I'm not talking about normal because it's not everybody, but no normal relationship. Normal lady gets into a relationship knowing that I'm the relationship I don't want to marry.
Exactly.
Every normal woman enters a relationship thinking that it will be more solidified to get into some form of a deeper relationship, either marriage or some form of commitment. You understand? So whilst women are looking for that, men are mostly hunting. They are just enjoying themselves. So most of the time, a woman doesn't know what the man is bringing. So she's playing all these cards. Let me get what I can get. He's giving me money. Let me pick this money to build the houses. Let me get the car. Let me get this. Let me get that. But the moment you marry her, she feels like she needs to build a home with you.
We're a team.
We're a team. So their thinking is different. You understand? That's what I'm saying, that when it's on the flip side, it's not as bad as if it's on the other side.
Yeah.
However, on both sides, I personally do not condone the physical abuse. The physical part is what makes me feel a little funny. But apart from that, the other forms of abuse, it's actually love in disguise. You should enjoy it.
And you know the other thing, imagine you are in the living room with your friends, your guy friends, and they are doing this. That's the typical man for you. If you are ever confused, that's the typical man for you. They like the adrenaline, the whole chase, the run around, the uncertainty. That's what men like. If you take that away from him,
there's nothing to
look
forward to. Then you are boring.
You are boring. And that's why and for him, this particular man, those are the things that makes him feel alive. And this girl is giving it to him hands down. So he's in love. Nobody can tell him anything.
You know, there are stories where a man is misbehaving towards a woman, and everybody is saying that you have a good woman at home.
Yeah.
You have a good woman at home. This woman is taking care of your children. He's been supportive of you. He supported you when you didn't have anything. She's helped you through life. And you are seeing the good woman in your brain. But technically, as far as your emotions, your heart, and everything is concerned, that woman doesn't spark the fire in you. You understand? So sometimes men need that fire. And I can personally attest that sometimes when you misbehave, thinking that after misbehaving, he is going to go like he's angry, that is the night that the bed shakes. Giddy, 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 giddy. I can tell you for free. You understand? So sometimes misbehavior kakra, goodness kakra.
Yeah.
You understand?
Spice things up.
Yes, spice things up.
Don't be boring.
Because you know you are misbehaving, but you have to do it more. You understand?
Anyway,
I like the lady.
Joining in,
she should be invited.
Joining in is our audience from Facebook. They have some comments here. Iriama from Kumasi says, she sends via WhatsApp, my brother, don't let beauty blind you to reality. A woman who abuses you now will destroy your soul later. Marriage won't fix this. It makes it worse. Kojo Mensah from Accra says via Facebook, bro, you're mistaking physical attraction for love. Abuse is abuse, whether it's from a man or a woman. This is not the woman you marry. Akosua B from Takrady says, if she's already using your money and disrespecting you now, imagine what she would do with the power of a wedding ring. Flee and not look back. I don't believe the wedding ring has power. Calm down. Let's be calming down. All right?
She'll protect your assets for you.
Right. Nana Kwesi from Tema says, Chale, you need deliverance from this love. What you're describing is spiritual warfare, not romance. I think you're overdoing it. Chidi from Lagos says, bros, don't carry red flags into a marriage and expect peace. Beauty fades. Character is forever. You're playing with fire. Auntie Ronka from Abuja says, my son, marriage is not by force. You need healing, not a wedding. This woman will ruin your destiny if you continue. Dakpo from Ibadan, Nigeria says, guy, this one is manipulation and control. If a man does this to a woman, then go call a monster. You need to respect yourself and walk away. Nkechi from Enugu says, so because she's fine, you want to die in silence. Let her beauty go and find peace. You deserve better. And from Togo, Kosi says, mon frère, love must come with respect. You cannot marry someone who treats you like a child. Open your eyes. Akuvi from Kara, still in Togo, this woman is dangerous. You say she's a Christian, but where is her compassion? Don't marry pain, marry peace. Wow. On that note, ladies, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will check out our second letter. But she just said, take one for the boys.
Welcome. It's Play to Aid.
Get ready for the game show where every play has a purpose. Welcome to Play to Aid, the only game show where your knowledge and skill don't just win you prizes, they help change lives.
What sport is considered the most popular in the world?
Every point you earn goes toward real-world support, from school supplies to health kits, clean water to emergency relief. Play smart, play big, play to aid. Catch all the action, the drama, and the heat.
Most commonly spoken language in Brazil.
Portuguese.
Play to Aid every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Edna, let's begin.
The Play to Aid game show is proudly sponsored by Tang Palace, Giraffe Island, and VVIP.
Hello everyone, you are welcome back. It's still Sister right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 for those of you listening. We've had an interesting letter. It has really never happened here before, where a man is the one, complaining of abuse. Ooh, tables really do turn. Yeah, everybody's feeling it. And yeah, the sisters have contributed. But just stay tuned. We still have more for you. So, our next letter, sisters, ready? I have a cousin who used to be very close to me. We shared everything. There were no secrets between us, and we practically did everything together. One day, he called me saying he wasn't feeling well and asked if I could take him to the hospital. When I got to his house, he told me he was feeling a bit better, but would like to spend the night at my place. I couldn't refuse him. After all this, he's like a brother to me. He initially said he would stay just one night, but that turned into a week. Before I knew it, he started bringing his things over and eventually moved in. I didn't complain. I accepted it. For 2 years, he lived with me. I was the one feeding him and paying all the utility bills. Then one day, he told me he was traveling. After he left, he completely cut off communication. He stopped calling me, ignoring my calls, but still viewed my status and remained active online. For 4 months, we didn't speak. Then out of nowhere, He returned with a lot of excuses. I accepted him back, but things haven't felt the same. I've developed a strong sense of resentment towards him. I do too, sis, I do. So much that I no longer want anything to do with him. Yet he's still living with me and I'm still feeding him. Now, I want him out of my space, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. Please, sisters, what should I do? This letter is from a guy, Robert.
Oh, a guy.
Yeah.
Robert.
So, bro, I
He
do.
was a
I
lady
feel the
or-
resentment too.
Yeah.
Family wahala.
Family wahala.
We talk about relationships every day, but
Today.
today it's about the family dynamics.
Yes.
Rosie, what are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
and I'm just saying that, you see, this is the reason why people set out and say things like, I don't want to do business with family.
I don't want to
and
live with family.
This is one of the, for me personally, I don't open my home for family. You can come for a visit, a day, two, stuff like that, because of things like that. Because sometimes, and even things like house helps or helps and things, if you have to get someone to help you, I'd rather a
total stranger.
a total stranger than family, because when the total stranger messes up, it's very easy to say, pack your things and leave. But if it's family, if you're not careful, it becomes so big, and my family, all sorts of things. So it's actually eating me up. And yes, it's very annoying for you to open up your home and your space, especially when you were unprepared for it. It's different if he told you that, look, I need a place to crash for a year or two, and then you're prepared mentally for your cousin moving in. But in this case, you were not mentally prepared for him moving in. You sort of like just moved in supposedly one night, and it turned into 2 years. But the thing is that, you see, just like any relationship, when you allow things that you don't want to fester for a period, it now becomes very difficult for you to put your foot down and say that this is what I want. So for instance, after spending a day, because he was somewhere before he came, after spending a day, maximum 2 days, a part of you should have said, when are you going home? And I'm surprised.
Is it easy to ask family when I go home?
And I'm surprised that being men, you see, bro, Charlie, when you go house, it's usually women who are very petty about these things. But Charlie, men, Charlie, bro, what's up? Stuff like that. And when it comes to the feeding, why do you have to feed him for 2 years? No problem, mistake has been made, and he's carried himself and traveled out for 4 months. And like you said, for 4 months, he didn't even get in touch with you, nothing.
He refused to call. He refused to pick up your calls.
He doesn't pick up your calls, nothing. Things like that. It means that he actually used you. He actually used you over the period. So my thing is that, look, after some time, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, he didn't get in touch with you. The moment you realize that he was coming back, Charlie, bro, I don't have enough space for you. Look,
Why are you even coming back?
Yeah, why are you coming back? I don't have enough space for you. I think you should go back home because I can't accommodate you any further. But the thing is that you're quiet, and sometimes, you see, that's why from the onset, you don't need to condone certain things. Right from the onset, not just with man-woman relationships, even with sibling relationships. If you are someone who doesn't like your clothes being worn anyhow, if you have a sibling who just walks into your wardrobe to pick up your clothes, wear it, and after discard it anyhow, and it aches you, speak up. Don't go and be complaining to your mother. But they say, no, speak up. Some of these things, we need to set boundaries as individuals.
I like that you said boundaries.
Yeah, we need to set boundaries in our lives. So,
do you think Africans lack boundaries?
You see, Africans,
our problem is too much.
you see, Africans like boundaries, but they don't realize their boundaries. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. An African will get up and say, you disrespected me. Yeah. You should know. I'm the older. I'm the older. Yeah. But they don't know their boundary. You're in my home. You can't be an elder in my home. In my home, if I'm 20 years and it's my house. In my house, per my rules, you leave your shoes outside.
Exactly.
If that is my rule in my house, it is my house. Don't come and tell me that because you're my elder, you want to bring your shoes inside. I'm just making an analogy. Yeah. I'm just saying that we know boundary when it affects us. But Africans typically don't know their boundaries when it comes to other people. Elsewhere, you can't move into somebody's house without them knowing that you are staying for this period.
Yeah.
In fact, you can't even go and visit somebody without them
even
knowing
calling.
that they are coming to visit. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that, look, the harm has already been done, but you can very well get up and tell, like, bro, we can't continue like this. And sometimes there's no need to refer to the period of 4 months that he didn't call you, because it will only give him opportunity to apologize, and you may have to accept because you are family. Just say that, look, currently I'm going through a phase, we can't continue this, and I'm moving on, so you need to leave. When are you leaving? It's nothing personal, but when are you leaving? You need to call a spade and do the needful.
Right.
That's what I think.
Okay, Sisho, you need to move. You need to leave. It's nothing personal. Don't you think things like this turn up to have ripple effects? Say, he's my cousin. His mother will know. Then it will be an issue between his mother and my mother. His mother and my father. You know? And then some family problem erupts from there.
You know, one thing that makes me sad is I feel like as Africans, we have raised children who lack assertiveness, because that's where some of these problems stem from. The thing I love about the Bible the most is the fact that every single issue of life is in there.
It's in there.
It's already been spoken about in there. If you read it enough, you will find a solution to every single problem. But unfortunately, we don't read it enough, and most of our churches don't preach a lot of these things and relate it to every aspect of our lives enough. The one you find them doing the most is prosperity. Apart from that, they don't make us go through the Bible enough to apply each and every part of it to our lives the way it's needed to have been done. That being said, the verse in the Bible that talks about guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it comes the issues of life. It is talking about setting boundaries, but we take it loosely, and because it applies to
that
love,
again.
guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it comes the issues of life. It is not talking about only love. If you spread it wider enough, you will see that it's also talking about boundaries.
Yeah.
Setting the right boundaries, the right people, the right time, the right place. All these things have to work. Now, I'll go back a bit and digress a little bit. Recently, my daughter was talking to me about a video she saw on TikTok where this girl had committed suicide in the States, and the mother was so devastated and all that. And she was asking me if there has ever been a time where I've considered that. And I said,
my God,
no.
she had that conversation with you?
We have all
That's
all
so
these,
sweet.
Yeah. And so then I asked her also that if there was ever a time where she had considered that. And I said, no. I'm like, because you've not seen life enough.
Yeah.
But if you ever at that point feel like, you can come and talk to me, right? And she said yes. A lot of people haven't experienced love enough from their parents. And so we go out into the world and expect all kinds of things from other people. Recently, there was something I was watching online where this woman was talking about a lot of things she had done for a musician. And I was thinking to myself, do you have relatives or friends who are struggling and need help? Why haven't you considered all those people? A lot of people need love from all the wrong places. Because tell me why your cousin who is sick and you've gone to visit them in their house follows you to your house, intends to stay for one night and ends up staying for
forever.
2 years.
Yeah.
You weren't able to talk to them at any point in that 2 years period. It won't happen on my clock. So some of these things, when I hear it happening to other people, I'm like, are you serious?
At some point.
Are you serious? Then it means we parents are not doing enough to raise our kids to be assertive,
To speak out.
to be able to speak up when things are going on. And it then extends to other things in life where it means if they are going through problems, they cannot come to you to talk to you. Because otherwise, at this point, your mother should have come in to say, why are you here? What happened to your home? Has your landlord sacked you? Like, questions have to be asked at some point. your cousin who lives in his own home. Look, guys, at some point, it is okay to be that introverted person who doesn't speak out and is shy to make his point and be assertive and to be vocal about the things that they require or need. But at some point, it is not a good look on you as a gentleman. So what, your girlfriend cannot visit you, or you can't have your space to yourself. Sometimes it's not even because somebody is coming to visit you. You just need your space to yourself. And some of these things, it doesn't make you any better than somebody who doesn't accept people in their homes. People think, yeah, if I don't talk about some of these things, then it makes me a good person. I don't know why the African culture is like that. If somebody offends me and I don't talk, then I'm a good person. No.
Yeah.
You're a pretender.
Yeah.
True.
You are fake.
Yeah.
You are a sycophant. And we must call it what it is. You should have been able to tell your cousin. And you see, recently I was telling someone that I think we've aided these people, for example, people on the streets, to continue to beg. Because every time you are driving on the street and they come to stand there, you will give them the money. When he goes home, he has made about 200 cedis in a day. When now I'm sitting here talking plenty and not making 200 cedis in a day. So at the end of the day, you've aided and abetted that person to constantly come back on the street to beg. And it's the same thing. This guy, you leave him and he'll go to the next family, the next cousin's home and go and stay there another two years. You are making him an irresponsible person. You think you are helping him, but at the end of the day, you made an irresponsible man out of a cousin. That's not how you help people.
Yeah.
That's not, and so honestly, you've done yourself a disservice. You've done him also a disservice on another level. And what, he travels and not even respond to your messages.
But how did he come back?
How did he come back?
No, why did he even think he can come back?
Why did he think it's okay? Because you are a loose person. Yeah. You are weak mentally and emotionally. Yeah. You are overly nice, and it's not an attractive trait. I don't know why people think if I'm overly nice. That's why even we women, we don't like men who are too nice.
Hey, well,
yes, I'll say it. If you are too nice, it's like there's something wrong with you. There is something hidden. Then now you are prompting someone to figure that out, to poke holes in your. It's just, honestly, I don't even see why we are discussing this, because sometimes, look, we must give tough love to people who are deserving of it. And I think that's what we don't do too much of. Yeah. When you are doing the wrong thing, somebody needs to look you in the face and tell you, look, you are messing up. I almost said something I shouldn't say on TV. Yeah. But you see, honestly, it's not a good look on you. As a gentleman who is properly raised, you must set boundaries for yourself. People must know that I can't go this far with this person and go scot-free. I can't do this with this person. He will not tolerate this from me. He will not accept this. People must know that this is how far I can go with this person. Right. And you, as a gentleman, have to set that right. You set the wrong tone, and people will walk all over you for as long as they can.
Dr. Ethel, what are your thoughts? Do you think Africans raise less assertive children? Especially, let's bring it to the Ghanaian perspective. A lot of people have said that Ghanaians are not very assertive and they hate speaking out. So do you think this is one of the cases? Because now, usually people say these things when it has to do with a work environment. Oh, Ghanaians don't like speaking out. But now this is showing in a relationship, family relationship. So what are your thoughts about that?
Absolutely. I think that there is a problem. We have, and it's a cultural thing, that, you have to be this good person with your own kasa. I mean, so whatever it is, it's okay. Jamanyame and things like that, and it's not helping us. And I think I have started talking about it even to my students, because there was a discussion like that. It came from the work perspective, where the person wanted to know if it's okay to talk about a certain thing happening at work that is about the boss. It's not pleasant, and I said it's important because you have to find a way to speak out. Because when you don't, like Citro has said, then it turns into something else. In fact, when you finally speak, because you have, swallowed so much, it's the toxic. I mean, it turns very toxic. And it's poisonous, and you tend to look so bad. Yes, and rightly so, because you refuse to act at the right time. So I think that we need to start telling the narrative differently. We need to, and I like what you said about we need to teach our children to be assertive. If it's not okay, I mean, it can be as minute as whatever. Speak it out, because when you allow the minute thing, the next thing the person is going to do is going to be worse, and it keeps increasing and getting so bad, and you keep thinking you have to boil it. I mean, keep it down, but that would not help us. And I mean, thinking about this story also, I'm thinking about the fact that this gentleman saw the signs from the very beginning. His brother turned to be this cunning Kukwananse thing, which is something Ghanaians love to do. We kind of love the smart.
Would you call that person your brother, really?
I doubt it, but you know.
As for your brother, you can't unbrother them.
Yes.
No,
you know.
As for if it comes to the boy girl, you can say my ex, but you can't ex your family.
Yeah, family.
So
is
my
family.
ex-brother.
Yes, he's continue to be your brother. But the thing is, people, if you don't set your own boundaries, then people sort of like set boundaries for you.
They will.
So I think the problem is, like she is saying, she should, right from the onset, you should be able to let them know that, look, you're overstepping your boundaries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, you said they wanted to spend the night. Why are you bringing your stuff in here?
Exactly.
No, I cannot. I'm not ready for this because I'm where I am right now.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to accommodate, you know.
Yeah.
You go back home. If you need any help, you can call me as and when. I can actually come and spend some time with you if you want some company once a while. But I don't think I'm ready for you to move in. Nothing stops you from saying that.
Right.
Because we have this feel like, oh,
They are going to dislike me or talk
they're going to talk about me.
The family will
afraid
talk
of
about
And you know,
me.
even forget this particular topic. Most of the time, I can have a conversation with teacher that Charlie Ethel did this. But if I had said it, Ethel would have thought that. We have, as Ghanaians, we go through this all the time. In our workplaces, our friendships, our
what breeds this
families.
gossip and
that
Yeah.
gossip,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because you see, there's something that you really want, that your heart wants, that you want to say. But you
not
are
communicated
afraid.
it to the person you need
You
to
are afraid
communicate it
how it will land.
Yeah.
And you've already preempted the person's response. And so by so doing, you're rather a hypocrite and you're smiling
Right.
with the person, and
Right.
yet you're
Right.
complaining about
Right.
the person
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Yes.
So we have some messages from our social media page and, of course, our WhatsApp platform. Nanaya says, you shouldn't have accepted him back. When he disappeared, you should have packed his things for him and leave them for him when he comes back. Collins Wilson, since you don't want to hurt his feelings, what do you expect to hear? Exactly. Really? There is no shortcut to speaking the truth. If you can't tell him straight away, continue to perform your duties without complaints. Akasua from Medina says, Robert, you have a very good heart, but don't let your kindness turn you into suffering. That cousin of yours doesn't respect your sacrifice. Kindly give him notice and set yourself free. Uche from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Guy, now use that you carry for house. So. No, now use that you carry put for house. This one no be your cousin again. Oh. You they feed him. He ghosts you for months, then return like nothing happened. Please protect your peace, I beg. And then Kweku from Cape Coast says, my brother, you've done enough. Don't let guilt hold you back. Sometimes love means saying no.
True. Yeah.
You deserve to live your life in your house, in peace without bitterness. Sariki Abdul says, then you can hurt your own feelings if you don't want to hurt him.
Exactly.
If things were better for him, he wouldn't have even seen you again. Chinyere from Owerri in Nigeria says, Haba, Robert, that cousin is taking you for a ride. Right. You are not wicked if you set boundaries. You can be respectful and still tell him it's time to move out. Don't lose yourself trying to help someone else. And then Salom says, this is a classic example of give me an inch, it will take a mile.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to have that tough conversation. Tell him with love and firmness, it's time to go. And Aisha from Kaduna in Nigeria says, Robert, you are too patient. 4 months of silence after all you did, that's not family, that's entitlement. Give him a deadline to move and stand by it. Your mental health matters. Thank you for everyone who has sent in the messages. This has been a tough one. We've not really talked of family like this, but I mean, it's also a breath of fresh air, moving away from boy-girl relationship every day, man-woman. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, sisters, for joining in today's conversation. I really appreciate you being here, and I'm sure everyone that sent in their letters really appreciate you being here too, because if you were not this appreciated, I don't think these letters will keep coming. You know?
Yeah.
So you're the MVP. I'm giving you your flowers. Next, I'm going to take this flower and show you. Just show you. Magdalene, I need a flower next time. You know, you have to show flowers on the sisters. Anyway, thank you, sisters. Guys, let's take a quick break. And then when we come back, I'll be sharing my final thoughts.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talents, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
Welcome back. It's still Sister right here on Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of the episode. But before we go, I would like to share my final thoughts on the 2 letters that we got to read on the show. But a very big thank you to the sisters who, were here to help us go through these letters. And also thank you to each and every one of you that sent in your letters. So now, my final thoughts on the first letter. Like I said, it's interesting to see a man actually, reach out to us on issue of abuse. I mean, we do not condone abuse, but it's just different. It's just different seeing it from a different perspective, something different from the ordinary. It's always women being abused, but thank you to the man that sent his letter. I mean, it's not easy for a man coming out to say, look, I'm being abused. We do not condone abuse, like I said. But I think for you to be in that relationship, there's something that you really enjoy. Or maybe you have Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is, being attracted to your abuser. If you feel you are really going through a certain level of abuse, then I think you have Stockholm Syndrome, which you need to see a therapist and talk to the therapist about. I mean, it's even funny hearing you saying that you want to get into marriage with this person, you want to spend your whole life with this person, you want to have kids with this person, and you even want the kids to look like this person because she's probably very beautiful. You need to make up your mind. Is the beauty blind in your eye? Or there's just this kink that you get from the relationship. Some people like kinkiness. Are you into, probably BDSM or something? There's something you like. There's something that you are liking inside this. But if you're not sure, I feel like you should speak to an expert. I do not condone the woman hitting you. I think that's wrong because I don't expect you to hit the woman back. But all your emotional and psychological feeling that you get from this woman, you need to also weigh it. Are there more, positives than negatives? Because usually men are the one that have all these things, figured out. But for you to be in this, I feel like you're confused. So probably you need to speak to an expert. And then maybe you can get that sorted out. A therapist, a psychologist, someone needs to help you with this. And if it's an issue of abuse, I really don't want you to stay in it, honestly. And this whole issue of Christians being expected to be perfect, nah, I don't think it works like that, okay? And now, the last letter of the issue of family. I think family, it's a very, very touchy subject that we do not really like to talk about in the open usually because of where we come from as Ghanaians or as Africans, because of our culture, because of our tradition, because of how we hold family, because of how important family is to us. But in as much as we're family, I think we need to have boundaries and we need to respect boundaries of each and every one of us. So your cousin going back and forth, using your house like a hotel, coming in when it's comfortable for him, I think that needs to stop. It won't make you a bad person to say, you know what, I'm sorry, you can't stay this time around. I've given you time and stuff like that. And it's not a bad thing to also open up and say, you left without saying anything. You couldn't reach out to me and all that. There's nothing, I don't really even see the need to sugarcoat this thing. Let them know your mind. Say it with your chest. You messed up. I'm sorry. You can't stay. No hard feelings. And everybody moves on, sorry. So it's about drawing boundaries. Unless, if your cousin does not respect you, someone else, a stranger, will not also respect you. So the earlier you set your boundaries, the better for you and the better for each and every one of us. So if you're watching and you don't have boundaries, I think it's time for you to start thinking of setting boundaries in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sister Sister. And a very big thank you for Gino for being our sponsor. My name is Kata. I hope to see you next week, the same time, right here. See you.
The Ghana Traditional Council, on behalf of the